Have you ever felt like there are two versions of you that are currently living in the same body but pulling you in opposite directions? Well, for me, one version is the woman in me, and the other version is the human in me. The woman in me, she is soft, she is deeply emotional, she is fierce, and she is this very beautiful and feminine like person. But the human in me is this universal part of me, the soul beyond gender. This part of me is simply wants to think, simply wants to breathe, seek meaning, connect with people, have peace of mind, have freedom, have purpose to live. This part of me is raw, is restless, is hunger for freedom, truth, and identity. Basically, she's all about being limitless. And sometimes, some days, these two versions of me, they dance together, they mingle well, they are in harmony. But some days, they are at war. I mean, like serious war inside my mind, inside my heart. Today, I want to talk particularly about the war, about the inner battle, the inner conflicts between the woman in me and the human in me, and how I'm learning to make peace with both of them. And this isn't just my story, I'm sure it might be yours too. Hello, hi, welcome to my podcast Soulmate. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. Today we're going to do season 1 first episode, the inner conflicts of the woman in me and the human in me. Firstly, let me talk about the woman in me. The woman in me wants to agree for everything, accommodate everyone, because it's easier, right? It's easier to be agreeable than be seen as a difficult woman. And that's what I've been taught too. A woman in me does self sacrifice, please people. Sometimes she doesn't even speak her heart, doesn't even speak her truth. Staying obedient no matter what, no matter how much people step on her. All of these qualities are coming from centuries of expectations, shaped by silence and by survival. She is expected to be everything and everyone at a time. She's expected to be nurturing, she's expected to be beautiful and obedient and resilient, everything at once, all at once. And then the human in me who just wants to be free, to live, to exist without boundaries, to create, to rest, to grow, to rage, and to laugh. But do you ever feel that conflict? Because I do. There are a lot of times when the societal expectations placed on me as a woman feel completely at odds with my basic human needs for wholeness. I feel like pulled between roles. Like people say, be a good wife, but don't let your career fall behind. Be a good daughter, but don't dare to follow your own heart. Be a good girlfriend, but make sure his needs come before yours. And be a good girl, stay agreeable, even if it means silencing your truth. This is the inner conflict I'm talking about that I'm carrying. It's like I'm constantly trying to meet these two sets of expectations that don't always align. And in the process, I feel boxed, I feel limited by how society defines what it means to be a woman and what it freely means to be a human. I am trying to make sense of both of these versions. I'm trying to figure out who I am. Because the human in me craves freedom, and immediately the woman in me fears judgment. The human in me wants to say, no, stop it, when someone keeps stepping on me when I'm talking. But the woman in me feels guilty for saying such things. One is very rational, another is very emotional. The human in me wants logic. She prioritizes logic and reason. While the woman in me craves for emotional expression and connection. Like, for example, when I'm so tired to attend a party, maybe I'm tired from a long day of work or mentally exhausted, the human in me says, okay, just say no, you're tired, you need rest, your time is limited. You see, just the logic and reasoning part. That's just the human in me. But the woman in me says, I don't want to disappoint anyone. What if they think that I'm distant or being cold? That's being emotional. That's the woman in me being emotional. And then there is this other factor too that I very much have conflicts on day-to-day basis. My independence versus my interdependence. The human in me, she values independence. She loves to be this, self-reliant person. She wants to have an individuality nature. She wants to be authentic, just be herself. While the woman in me, she wants to depend, and she wants to belong, she wants to be in relationships, she wants to connect with people, rely on people, take help from people, like take help from friends or family. She wants to be in nurturing relationships. Like for example, if I had way too much on my plate, like having deadlines or errands to run or things piling up at home, the human side of me says, okay, you have got this. Handle it on your own. You don't need to rely on anyone. Be strong, be capable. Just don't be burden to others. Just do it, deal with it. That's the human in me saying. While the woman in me, she says softly that, hey, it's okay. It's okay that you take help. Why do you have to carry this all alone? Call a friend or ask your partner to help. Like, let someone support you, let someone help you. It's okay that you need others. It's okay that you take help. It's okay that you take service from others. That's like a daily tug of war. One part of me, the woman part of me, craves for connection, craves for support and shared responsibility, while the human part of me finds power in independence. Like, that is such a conflict, such an inner conflict, a daily tug of war. Okay, so I want to give an example how the woman side of me works. I want to explain how she's emotional and how she craves for connection and support and help. Like few months back, my brother asked me, like, Harshita, why do you have to do some things that when you know it's completely illogical, like when you know it doesn't work out, it doesn't make sense, how could you not think? Like this was regarding a relationship that I was in before, so he was asking me like how could I do certain things without thinking logically. Well, the human side of me got offended immediately. I was trying to justify myself, but interestingly the woman side of me simply smiles and says that you just don't understand. That's it. That was my reasoning. I'm sure many women out there knows exactly what I'm talking about. I have realized that many times a woman does not have a logic, does not have a necessary rational thinking. That's the human part of it who does all that. But what I'm meaning to say here is sometimes a woman's choice are not driven entirely by logic. And sometimes they're not driven by logic at all. They are driven by emotion, intuition, and instincts. And sometimes it works out. It's a success. And other times it works for the greater good. Well, I don't use the word failure because every time I failed, every time I lost or broke or was heartbroken, is when I became this new version of me who is more truer, who is more deeper. So I think I just for me failure is just a greater good. So yeah, as I was saying, sometimes the intuition works out, it's a success, and sometimes it works for the greater good. And that's how the woman in me plays within. You see how the logics and emotions play and fight within me? And then there is this other conflict, all right? So every month I set goals. Like, for example, for the month of August, maybe, well, Harshita, release 2 YouTube videos or squat a full plate with proper form. So let's say those are my goals, couple of goals. And I will tell myself that, hey, I want to train, like, no excuses, no distractions, just be ruthlessly focused on your goals. But then 1 week passes, okay? 1 week passes by, and the woman in me arrives with her periods, with her hormones, with fatigue. And suddenly, all of that, no matter what, energy floats away in thin air, like it flies away. It's gone. Oh my gosh, like at this point, I'm fighting with me internally. Like, do you guys ever feel that way? That you have planned so and so activities, like you have planned for a travel trip, you have planned to go somewhere, but suddenly your energy, your body doesn't support and you had to cancel? You want to do this, but your body is slowing you down. You have you ever felt that way? Because here's what I've realized. I plan like a human, okay? I plan like a human who is very logical. I'm ruthless when I'm planning. I just forget that I'm a woman when I'm planning. I plan like a human, ruthlessly. I set goals from human standpoint. But that's a funny thing. But when I execute, I'm a woman who has energy, mood, and capacity shifts with my cycle. You see, I'm someone whose energy is deeply tied to her menstrual cycle. Like my hormones, my emotions, and how I feel in my body. And honestly, I just have so much energy each day. Sometimes I could just do one thing at a time, and that has to be enough. So I just forget when I'm executing, I'm this woman, and when I'm planning, I'm a human. You see this conflict when I'm planning versus when I'm executing? A human versus a woman? So here I want to make a point and tell you that be gentle with yourself. Don't fight the guilt that creeps in you, all right? When you're not able to tick off everything that in your to-do list, that you're not able to work out everything that as you planned, it's okay. It's okay that things will happen. Maybe they will just not happen as you planned, but that's okay. It will flow, surely, but subtly. It will happen. Just give yourself some grace. It doesn't have to be everything like you planned. Like literally, the other night I had my whole evening planned out. Like go to the gym, come home, eat, do the dishes, nighttime routine, sleep early, because I was feeling the soreness from the workout and I need to sleep good amount of hours to rest, to recover, right? So, but then while I was eating, I stumbled upon this movie, all right? I clicked on this movie casually, and that was it. I was so into the movie, I was so hooked. My whole evening, my whole plan for the evening was just thrown out of the window, just like that. The human in me whispers, like, stick to your routine, get your 8 hours of sleep, you have to recover, like, do this, do that, be disciplined. But the woman in me, she was crying. She was like practically crying for emotional connection. She was wanting that, the moment of release, something that touched her heart. Like she was so hooked into this movie that was emotionally connected to her, that something of that movie touched her heart, and now she wants to watch it. So I gave in. Like, I actually gave in. I watched the movie. I ditched my routine. I ditched my so called planned evening. And I watched the movie. I actually watched it. And yes, while I was watching, a part of me was feeling guilty. I kept thinking, oh no, I'm losing sleep. I'm messing up my schedule. Oh my god, I need to go to bed. But but here's the beautiful thing, all right? Like when I sat there, it's okay. I was regretting here and there, but when the movie ended, I was filled, okay? I was filled with this beautiful emotions. I was so grateful because that movie was not just an entertainment, because people who actually know me, I don't even watch a lot of movies, but if I get hooked, that's it. I'm all in. So that movie was not just an entertainment to me, it became my all time favorite. Because it reminded me of my mom, it made me emotional. I saw a few glimpses of my future, how it might look like. So that night, I didn't just lose sleep, but I think I gained something deep, something soulful, something beyond words. And that's how it is, right? Like sometimes the human in me leads with logic and structure and discipline. But other times, the woman in me takes over with emotion, intuition, and with heart. Even in small things, even in small little things like in meetings, right? When I get interrupted, not once, not twice, but 3 times, I smile anyway. I stay agreeable. because the woman in me has taught that it's safer to be agreeable, it's safer to be pleasant than be difficult. But the human in me, oh my god, she wants to speak up. She wants to call it out and say, "Stop interrupting me." You feel the tension? That inner push and pull? Sometimes the human in me wants to scream at the top of her lungs. But the woman in me, she just keeps going. This is a constant dance. This is a constant dance, guys, between two versions of me, between the structure and the softness, between the human and the woman, between holding it together and falling it apart. So now you might ask, like, Harshita, how do we find a resolution to this? How do we have this conflict resolved between the voices in the human in me and the woman in me? And you know what? Maybe you don't have to choose one over the other. Maybe you have to be embracing both of them equally. Maybe honoring both of them is way to go, is the way for more wholeness. That's the thing. That's the thing that I've realized, that you do not have to solve your conflict. You just have to stop resisting it. Because in that moment, I've realized I don't have to choose between being strong, rational human and being emotionally complex woman. And that's the biggest realization I had, that there is strength in being both. These both versions of you can coexist, the human side of you and the woman side of you, this logic side of you and this expressive side of you, this rational thinking side of you, this irrational thinking side of you sometimes. And that's okay, because I'm sure 100% you cannot be a human all the time in this life. There will be phases of your life where you have to be extremely disciplined and having a structured life for you to achieve some goals. But when is the time you are going to live freely and express fully and be in that flow? It's okay that you embrace to learn to be in peace with both the human side of you and the woman side of you. You don't have to solve the conflict. Maybe you just have to learn to embrace the beauty of being a woman and a human. Not either or. It's not about you're either a woman or a human. You can be both. And that's the real strength. That's the real strength exists in the integration of both of these versions of you. I want to tell you a quote that I heard recently. It translates something like, dreams need discipline to become reality. Dreams need discipline to become reality. So how I interpret this is, dreams are the woman side of me. She is so ambitious, she dreams a lot. But the discipline is the human side of me. She is structured, she has this logical reasoning, she knows which is good and which is bad, what way to take, what to do, when to do, and how to do it. When these both integrate, when my dreams and discipline integrate, that's when my reality forms. So I want to conclude that I am not just a woman. I am not just a human. I am both. But I am not competing with the woman and the human versions of me. Well, thank you for being here and thanks for listening. I really appreciate your presence and thank you for supporting me. Let me know your thoughts on this, and I really hope you become this both versions of you. Both versions of you can coexist. All right. Okay.